Yo, what's up, guys? Dragon Ball Dave back with another Dragon Ball Daima episode review. Just want to share my thoughts on this. This is about Dragon Ball Daima, episode 19, entitled Betrayal, which released February 21st, 2025. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. Alrighty, so the episode was another great episode. Daima's on a roll here. We had that little drought period there, and now they're back on a roll doing stuff. And you know, everybody kind of knew last week based on how Gloria was acting that the betrayal was going to be to Arinsu, but that's how the episode opens up. The wish restores Goku. Now, I wondered if he was just going to do Goku. He does it to all of them. He wishes them all back to be adults. And so, now they've reached the goal. They have Dende. They're back to adults. They could leave the demon realm and just be like, hey, whatever. We've taken care of what I need to take care of. If they could get out of here and keep warp deactivated, they'd never have to deal with the demon realm again. But anyways, Goku and Vegeta are very happy that they're powered back up, that they're back to their normal states. Piccolo is too. And Supreme Kai, Shen, Nahare, Glenn, Kaioshin, whatever you call that guy, he also is like, whoa, how'd this even happen? Because remember, everybody's kind of thinking that Glorio betrayed him. And then, Pansy's holding Dende, and he turned it regular, and then she dropped him. That was kind of funny. Goku thanks Glorio, and he gets his name wrong again. Glorio, whatever. And Arinsu's over here kind of looking like, what the hell? I said, her face is pretty much priceless. A lot of times she goes, huh? Like little things she does, it's like, what? What just happened? Purunga, which in the subtitles, actually, last week, it was called Demon Purunga, not Ultimate Purunga, which I think is still cooler. He is actually, he says, you only get one wish, and the Dragon Balls scatter. Now, this is interesting because we have no idea where they scattered to, and notably, they did not go back to the Tamagamis, which that kind of makes sense in my opinion, because, like, the Tamagamis were created to guard the Dragon Balls. So, I think they may actually have to go find them themselves, and then, you got to get them back, because that's how it originally was. But, anyways, Goma comes up, after getting owned last episode by Demon Purunga. And, he's like, hey, you guys maybe became adults, but it doesn't matter. I've got you. I can't lose. And Vegeta's like, well, it's my turn now, so I'm fighting. And goes up in base form. And remember, guys, Goma powered up more last week after dealing with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And so it's like, what the heck? Base Vegeta just kind of goes toe-to-toe with him for a minute. And then when he goes Super Saiyan, he kind of overwhelms Goma. But then after going Super Saiyan, Vegeta turns it on, and we finally get to see, I guess within canon, as an adult, if you call it canon. I hate that word, so, nobody counts heroes, pretty much. But we actually get to see Vegeta do something awesome. He goes Super Saiyan 3. But before the Vegeta actually goes Super Saiyan 3, while he's, like I said, in base form, going toe-to-toe with Goma here, he actually pans back over to Glorio and Arinsu, and she's like, Glorio, how could you? Why'd you betray me? And he apologizes to her and said, I'm sorry, I had to. And she's like, what about everything I've done for you in the third demon world by rescuing you? And, this is, kind of like Degasu. I was a little disappointed with the big Glorio finally, reveal, I guess. I thought that was a little anticlimactic. Now, we did find out that she did save him, and she just says, forget about it, you're fired. And Majin Ku reiterates to her that he is on her side. He's like, well, don't worry, I'm still with you. So, that's going to be interesting, because I don't think Majin Ku and Du are bad, but ultimately they're riding with Arinsu, and Arinsu may ultimately still be bad. But Vegeta notes that he's used to his body, and like I said, in his base form, and in Super Saiyan, or I'm sorry, just his base form, he's going, blow for blow with Goma. And as a Super Saiyan, like I said, he totally overwhelms him. But, Glorio, and like I said, I was a little bit disappointed with the way that big reveal came. And we don't even know what she saved him from in the third demon world. That's probably not going to get answered, who knows. But that was his wrap-up. And like I said, with Degasu, it was a kind of a little disappointing with Daima. Like, come on, guys. But anyways, back to what I was saying about Vegeta. He goes, like I said, Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. And, well, the first time as an adult, within this. And, I guess even if you counted Super Dragon Ball Heroes and all that stuff happens way later in the arcs. So this is as good as it gets for his first Super Saiyan 3 appearance as an adult. Now, because Vegeta has demonstrated to do this at will, why he didn't do this against Beerus is just another big thing to me. I've seen a lot of people say, well, maybe he realized the drawback. Goku doesn't realize that till the fight with Beerus. So and the way Vegeta's doing it here, I don't see that at all. He would have tried to use Super Saiyan 3 and got smacked just like Goku did. Then he still probably would have raged out with the My Bulma thing, but, that to say that it's like he did something different, I don't know, that's weird to me. They actually name it Super Saiyan 3 this time. You remember before they didn't say anything. And Shinnon acts like, oh, it's Super Saiyan 3, like he's surprised. Even though we watched Vegeta do it earlier. But Vegeta as a Super Saiyan 3 just dog walks Goma. And I said multiple weeks, man, I've said this in my reviews. I've talked about, like, if Goku gets back up to Super Saiyan 3 and he just starts beating everybody up, then the Daima characters are nerfed. That's just all there is to it. They thought the Buu Saga was the ultimate power, So, I mean, that makes sense to me. But, it wasn't Goku. It was Vegeta who does it. And, yeah, as a Super Saiyan 3, like I said, Goma's powered up so much. This is after Goma's been flicked by Purunga and he's done all this stuff. And, Vegeta's just dogging him. And, of course, Goma makes all the cool faces when he gets beat up. It's funny. But, Vegeta's just absolutely dogging him. However, this third eye keeps powering Goma up. Now, I did notice that I don't think Goma grew in size again. But that it seems to just be restoring him. Because he says, I can go all day. And they bring up the classic, Super Saiyan 3 burns you out. And so that's kind of what I would say is kind of a big deal. Goma doesn't actually have to be stronger than them. Even with his third eye. He just can outlast them. Now, Glorio, after he left Arinsu and Ku, he goes over to the the Daima crew. And, originally they were all thinking he's a traitor, but now they're all big and stuff. They know that he did the right thing. And so Pansy comes and thanks him, and, Gloomy Glorio is, so happy, like, oh yeah, thanks. And then Goku actually has a little bit of a moment with Glorio. And he thanks him. And he gets his name right, actually. Of course, they all thank him. They all say, thank you or whatever. But Goku actually gets his name back, or gets his name right. And that was pretty cool. They stand next to each other, and they're kind of just watching. And, I heard a fan told me that, it's not going to be, those fuse bugs are going to come back in, and it's going to be Glorio and Goku. And, to be honest, the way they both stand there and look, I could totally see it now. Glorio mentions that is the first time that Goku got his name right. And I think that Goku said his name correctly before, but I think what he's talking about is, like, without being corrected. Like, Goku did it himself. And so that was kind of neat. But like I said, back with Vegeta and Goma, they're just, Goma's not doing anything. Vegeta is just beating the dog smack out of him. And it's like, well, what are you going to do here, Goma? But again, like I said, that third eye, it's not that it has power that surpasses everything like how it's been hyped up, because Vegeta's clearly above him. But Vegeta can't keep going, whereas this guy can. Now, Vegeta does a final flash as a Super Saiyan 3, and this was awesome, man. This was killing everything, that final atonement crap from Buu. There's a lot of cool stuff, but back in the Cell games, man, Cell just made a mockery of Vegeta. When he used that final flash, he was able to actually, blow half of Cell's body away there. Or his arm, kind of, I guess. But whatever. It was awesome, and it shows it's just, you were so fodder to Cell, and you could do that. So the final flash is a big deal, This is pretty cool. This is cooler than a Super Saiyan 3 full power Kamehameha wave, in my opinion. And I'm not even a Vegeta fan. But Goma and him have a little bit of a beam struggle. Goma launches something out of his mouth. But Vegeta's final flash just blows him away. Sends him up into the sky, and it's, it appears like Vegeta has actually completely evaporated little Goma there. Well, Big Goma, because he's giant. And actually, I guess that's his official name, according to the Daima wafer stickers that came out. Yeah, he's Giant Goma. And he's weaker than Super Saiyan 3 on those rankings, too. But then, it shows the sky kind of like spinning, distorting, and the light comes. And, basically, Goma is just completely reformed, revived, whatever, restored, and he's completely back to how he was. No damage, no stamina loss, no nothing. Now, I don't think he actually necessarily got stronger. And like I said, Vegeta, he tells Vegeta this, no matter how many times you hit me, it won't work. And so I don't think that he actually got much stronger anymore. Like, I think he's hit that cap on that, because now it's more like you'd have to train or do something else to become better. It's brought you to the best you can be, but he's going to basically just have, the hacks with durability and stamina. So even if Vegeta can, overpower him, I mean, if you can't, I don't care how strong you are. If you can only fight for 30 seconds, you can't whoop nobody. Unless you catch him on the chin good. But, like I said, Goku and Piccolo point out that, this guy's not showing any sort of exhaustion, and that, Vegeta's just slowly wearing down. And, what's his name says that they think it was Neva or Piccolo mentioned that, that third eye is what keeps him going. It was probably Neva. But then Piccolo also notes that they didn't get their stamina or their damage returned when they became, when they were returned to adults. So that's interesting. So that means that everything that they've had done to him so far has still applied. Which, in technicality, means that the Vegeta that's fighting here and did all that cool stuff isn't even a full-powered Vegeta. And neither is Goku when he does his thing, which is coming up soon. But, that's crazy to me. Like, damn, they're actually weaker still and still doing a good job. They still might not even be up to their Buu Arc selves. Some people are triggered by that, but get over it. And we pan to Arinsu and Ku again, and Arinsu's just kind of trying to figure out, like, Abra used to be able to remove the eye. How did he do that? And she's thinking about it, and she tells Ku, hey, go bring me a book from the Magic Book of Spells or something from Archive 37. And so Ku rushes off to go get it. And like I said, when we cut back to Vegeta and Goma, and Vegeta's got the edge, but he's sweating, he's getting tired, he's burning out pretty much. And like I said, if you can't fight for a long time, you're cooked. Especially if somebody has infinite stamina and infinite durability. Well, at least it keeps being restored. But Goma even asks Vegeta, are you finished already? And he finally gets a good hit on Vegeta. It's a punch. But it's not even a good one. It doesn't even knock Vegeta down. It knocks him back. And he drops to one knee after catching himself. But I think it was because he was just tired. His hair flickers, which I thought was cool. And then, boom, instantly just jumps back down. Goku asks if he can jump in. And Vegeta's like, don't be stupid. Back off. I got this. I'll take out anyone who gets in my way. Like, yeah, right, bro. You're pretty weak. But whatever. Goku's like, I thought you'd say that. And then base Vegeta goes toe-to-toe with Goma. Piccolo makes a point that because of their stamina and because of how Goma can just return back to full power over and over and over, it might not make a difference if they join in. Like, you might as well just throw that pride away. Ku brings the book to Arinsu, and she starts going through it one page at a time to flip through. And then Ku's like, oh, let me help. And then he just does some awesomeness where he's flipping through the pages at this insane rate. And, like, it seems like you have to use magic to do it. So Ku is definitely pretty awesome with that. His eyes kept up with the Tamagami's math before, which even Arinsu couldn't. And it's pretty cool to see that Majin Ku has way more to him than just punching. You know what I'm saying? And especially because he was shown not to be one of the stronger ones. It's neat to see these other things he has. Now, Arinsu does reveal that, according to the book, that, if you can hit him in the back of the head 3 times in a row, Goma will pop it out. The eye will leave. So, that's interesting. So, Abra used to remove it. I don't know if he had somebody tap him in the back of the head or if he was just like, and, pop, or however they did it. I don't know, but Arinsu tells him that I just want Goma defeated, and that's why they talk about it. Goku says that he's got more stamina than Vegeta does, so he's going to go one-on-one with Goma, and when Piccolo sees an opening, blast him in the head 3 times. Which, that's, kind of like that superhero. Piccolo's going to hold him off, and Gohan's going to, blast him, or more so, like Goku and Raditz. You know, Goku's going to hold off Raditz while Piccolo finishes him off. And so that's kind of neat. And like I said, Piccolo's not done nothing, so it'd be cool to actually see him do something. Vegeta, of course, says he's never going to stop fighting. He'll die fighting. And Bulma steps up like, I'll take care of it. And she's like, hurry up, get down here now. And Vegeta's kind of ignoring her, typical Vegeta fashion. And she says, if you don't come down here now, I'll never take a bath with you again. And it's so crazy because it's like in the midst of Punch coming at him is when she says it. And then like it seems like he can't even react fast enough to block it. But he hears her say that she won't take a bath with him again. And it's like it instantly echoes through his soul. He looks over, and instantly flies down. Whoop, pussy over fucking punches, I guess. But he flies right down and tells Goku, very well, I'll let you take over. So we know Vegeta is, Bulma's doing something right in the bedroom, I guess, or in the bathtub at least. But, Goma's, of course, not even worried about it because, I guess Goma was just playing with Vegeta right there because he didn't one-shot base Vegeta. I don't know. That's weird. They don't care about multipliers, I guess. Goku comes up and he decides to square off with Goma. And now we have something, really... Like I said, Vegeta's been pretty awesome this whole time in this episode. And then Goku comes up and he's just doing his little stretches, kind of like in Dragon Ball Super Broly. And Goma says, why don't you just all fight us at once? And Goku's, of course, typical fashion, like, timing, I'm ignoring him and talking about how he needs to end this quickly. But is still going to square up with him one-on-one. And then tells Goma, take a good look. And he powers up into Super Saiyan. Now, Goma's seen all these forms, so I don't know why Goku decided to do this. Call back to Battle of Gods, call back to the Buu arc. When Goku goes Super Saiyan, it actually parallels how he did it on Namek. So I thought that was actually awesome. He yells. It looks awesome. He calls it Super Saiyan. I thought it was really neat. Then he powers up into Super Saiyan 2, just like he did for Buu. And his face doesn't look the same as it did when he first did it against Vegeta. But it does look like how he did against Buu. And then, of course, he says in this, and does Super Saiyan 3. Now, this was something I felt like was kind of crappy for Vegeta. Because Goku Super Saiyan 3 feels like a Super Saiyan 3 when he does it. The environment around him shakes, everything's crazy. Maybe Vegeta just has much better control over that, because Goku's got energy fluctuating everywhere, destroying stuff. But Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, and we finally see him as an adult. Super Saiyan 3. He's maxed out. He looks like a beast. But again, remember, he's got more stamina than Vegeta, but still isn't at full power from what he was even in the Buu arc. We don't know what that actually means, I guess. But he looks awesome. He stands there and then he tells Goma, and now the bonus. This is, and he powers up again and turns into the awakened Super Saiyan 4 thing, the shark. Last week I called it shark. I was being silly. That Daima website is legit. It just translated the episode title Awakening, which is Mezami, as shark, which is because Meza or Mezem or something like that is like shark in Japanese. So that was just a Google Translate issue. But, so it's just basically called Awakened, or the Awakened Power. In the production notes, apparently it is Super Saiyan 4. The SH mini figure arts call it Super Saiyan 4 as well. So it more than likely will be called like Super Saiyan 4. I hope they call it like an Awakened Super Saiyan 4 or something. I don't feel like they should disrespect Super Saiyan 4 and call it a different name. But Goku does it. He rips off his shirt and transforms into this form. And he does this at will. He does this at will. He does it of his own accord. Now, he does call it a bonus, and he doesn't name it Super Saiyan 4. He doesn't give us the name. He just transforms into it. And when he does, it shows Tamagami 2 and Tamagami 3 in their respective demon worlds. Like, everybody can feel this. This is a big deal, what's happening. Then it shows Goku, like, it knocked him off of the thing he was standing on. Or he fell down, I guess, or something. But he climbs back up over the rock like a monkey. And, he looks like he's an adult now, so it looks like Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. Just there's not a lot of shiny glowing on it. But he tapped into the form on his own. I think that right there is definitive proof that if he can do it by himself, there you go. You're in denial about Daima and DBS being connected. But, I've seen people say that maybe he's still got some of Neva's magic in him. I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure it got all sucked out of him when he went back to base. If anything, he should be less than what he was as far as total energy goes. But, well, like how much of his energy he has left. He should be lower than what he was, but it could be more because he got so much stronger by becoming an adult again. Nonetheless, he doesn't name it. And like I said, I really don't want them to call it Super Saiyan 4. When I was watching this, I was like, please don't call it Super Saiyan 4. Please don't call it Super Saiyan 4. I feel like that's not a tribute, but like more of a disrespect thing to GT. And, it'd be like if they called it Ultra Instinct or something, it'd be stupid. I'd be like, nah, come on, man. They're different continuities, give them different names. I do hope they call it an Awaken something, because that appears to be what it's supposed to be. But I also, I don't know what to think of it. So the next episode is called Maximum. So maybe that's what it'll be called, Super Saiyan 4 Maximum. But this is the final episode of Daima coming up next, guys. And it's crazy to think that it's already over just like that. We're done. And Daima has been on a roll 4 weeks in a row. 4 weeks in a row. They've been good. Has it been 4 or has it been 3? Yeah, 3. 17, 18, and 19 were all great episodes. And 20, I'm sure, is going to be... They didn't defeat Goma. There's still several little plot points to round up. And, even though I've maintained that, this is not connected to Dragon Ball Super, they have one more episode to tie up any loose ends and fix everything. They have never erased everybody's memory, shut down Warp to where we can't go to the Demon World no more. All types of stuff. Because, that could actually be really cool. They could shut down Warp, because now Arintu's running stuff if Goma's out of the way. Shut down Warp. Neva dies and erases everybody's memory beforehand. So there's no connection to the Demon World. They completely forgot everything. We still got to get Kibito Kai fused again, which will be a separate issue. But if we had all that happen, then you could literally have Arintu have been plotting in the Demon Realm this whole time, making a plan because she knew what she was up against. And the best part was, they had no idea. Now, don't get me wrong, I still think that, the lack of explaining of a God of Destruction with the multiverse is a big deal. And I do think that Daima doesn't work with DBS. But, like I said, we have one more episode left, and we have, hopefully something magical will happen. Akiyoku said that the red katakana, the characters, I always call them letters, but they're not letters. It's character is what it would be, and it's more like they're called katakana. He said they spell something out when you get all 20 of them. Well, because of the next episode preview here, we have all 20 of those red letters now. Now, I don't speak Japanese. I put them all in Google. I put them in Discord to see if different people who do know something can unscramble them. No one has said anything. And, as far as I know, Herms would have reported on this if he had done it. So even he hasn't done it. That's a little weird. I wonder if they got us with that and it's supposed to be all, the red letters don't actually spell something out, but it's all the other letters. But I really have no idea. Well, characters, I don't know if they're all katakana. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know enough about, Japanese language like that, I guess. Their writing. I mean, I know they have katakana, hiragana, and kanji, and then they call the little characters that they put next to the stuff furigana. But I think that could be other katakana or kanji that are put next to it. So I don't understand nothing like that. I don't know nothing. But no one has revealed what that is yet. It kind of is like, it bums you out a little bit to think that, man, it's going to be over, because they've got us 3 good weeks in a row. No doubt this next episode's going to be a banger too. So that'd be 4 solid weeks. And, after having that 3 week in a row of not too great episodes and the week off after Vegeta, because like I said, episodes 10, 11, and 12 were great. And then we took a week off, then we had 13, 14, 15, and it was just like, what the heck? And then 16, I was sure something was going to happen, and it was also, what the heck? But then 17, 18, 19 have been back to it, and so, this whole series has been one arc. Daima's just been one arc. And, you could argue that maybe it's been too long because they had a lot of padding in there that they didn't need to do. The goal was ultimately to get the Dragon Balls to make Dende an adult again, or to save Dende and stuff. And, when we first get to the Demon Realm, they go the opposite of the Tamagamis. They're heading the other way looking for something else, and they end up backtracking to go to it. And so that was, we probably didn't need to see all that stuff there. Stuff like the Megas and the Gigas being introduced to that lore and then not having it expanded upon. It's kind of really weird to me. Whatever. I don't think it's a huge deal, but, I'm hoping that once Daima is actually concluded, they're going to announce something like, hey, we got something bigger planned. We got another thing coming up. Or, I don't know, though. I don't know. I'm really hoping that there's going to be something a little bit more. But, we'll see. We got one more episode left, so, I'll post at least one more review. And then maybe I'll eventually start actually making half-ass content with, pictures in it and talking about topics. I don't really want to, parade my opinion on stuff as like fact or anything, though. I just kind of want to talk about stuff and get the different viewpoints. Tell you why I think maybe this works this way. There's several things lots of video topics I'd like to do, and they've all been done to death by everybody else, for over fucking 10 years now. But it'd still be kind of neat to, give my 2 cents, because, I comment on so many videos of people who discuss topics I like, and I feel like they don't go over certain things, and then maybe they go over things that I totally miss, so it's like, I like to see a good video about lots of stuff like that. But, I gotta actually do it, I guess, and good luck if you could listen to me that long. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching if you did, and let me know your thoughts. Tell me what you thought of the episode. What are you calling Super Saiyan 4? What do you think about Dragon Ball Daima and Super? Is there any way to connect it? Let me know. Tell me what you think.